to Washington, D.C. We think that if I heard the call on August 9th and I show up on 10/10, I can say that if I left my city, went to D.C., heard it on August 9th, showed up on 10/10, I have marched. And one of the worst things that we ever could do is show up on the Mall of D.C. and think that we were coming and crossing the finish line.
Right.
When the real truth is that 10/10 was not the finish line. 10/10 was just us getting position on the blocks, prepared to run the race until we get justice for the black man and woman of America and establishment of God's world. We don't stop till we break that tape. So 10/10 was important, but 10/11 and beyond is critical. And we got a bad history as a people. We go to gatherings and marches and we say, man, that march was something, and then go home and do nothing.
Come on.
But the minister said, look, don't y'all leave here thinking that this is it. This is the start.
That's right. He said.
So the theme from April to 10/10 was justice or else.
Yes, sir.
But the theme from 10/11 and beyond has to be thee or else. I got 8 people that agree. Y'all want to try it again? Y'all want to try it again?
Yes, sir.
That don't look right. If we don't agree with be thee or else, that's saying we have accepted that there is a mystery God.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And I think that, I don't know if you all seen something called Supreme Wisdom. Somewhere in there, I think it talks about, matter of fact, it was a question asked about a mystery God.
That's right.
And the question was, who is that mystery God? And then look at what we wound up finding out. It said that the Son of Man, no, not one of them little white dudes on CSI. Not some little Negro investigator from the police department of Atlanta, Georgia. It said the Son of Man. Search for it. So you got the best investigator. Oh, y'all don't agree with that? You don't think the Son of Man know how to look better than one of these white dudes on CSI? Did y'all know they actors? Okay, I'm leaving it alone. But not only do we have the best one searching, but it says that he searched for trillions of years. That's a long time to be looking for something. And after you got the best eyes, with the best brain, employing the perfect formula for trillions of years, looking for this mystery God. And it says that he was unable to find him. So we came to the conclusion that there is no mystery God. Now that means we got to do something. So we're gonna rewind it again. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, camera team, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Take 2. We ready? All right. So the theme from April to 10/10 was justice or else. But the theme from 10/11 and beyond must be thee or else. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. All right, praise be to him.
Go ahead, brother Nuri.
Praise be to Allah.
Come on with this.
Go ahead,
No, we were successful at being the or else with the boycott.
That's right.
Yes, we were. Up with Jesus. Down with Samson.
That's right.
We told white people that if there's no justice for us, there will be no profits for you.
Right.
If you won't stop, then hell, we won't shop. And black people held their dollar.
That's right.
That's right.
Not 100% consensus. It ain't never going to be that. Y'all didn't hear me. And I will say to those of us that are in leadership, whether it's College Park, whether it's Macon, Decatur, whether it's here at Mosque number 15, know this, brothers and sisters, that greater than us have been treated worse.
Right.
Okay, y'all don't believe.
Come on now.
You got your seatbelts on?
Yes, sir.
Fastened up.
Master Farad Muhammad, God in person,
Yeah.
gave out 25,000 holy names in 3 years and 4 months.
That's right.
He taught people directly, face to face.
That's right. Come on.
And whenever he was leaving, he chose Elijah to be in his seat. And did none of them follow him.
Come on. Go ahead.
Y'all not hearing me.
Come on now.
So I'm saying to leadership, if God couldn't get a consensus, y'all not hearing me. If God himself couldn't get 100% agreement,
Right.
then why are you tripping on somebody that thinks something funny of you?
Right.
No, really, brothers, the strength of a strength of a man or woman is not just on what they can do,
That's right.
but it's also what you can take.
Right.
And you have a certain measure of strength when you can be productive
Right.
when things are going good. But it takes a higher level of strength to remain productive while things might be going bad for you. See, that's a real soldier for Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah.
That's right.
All praise is due to Allah. So, when we were on the radio in D.C., somebody said, another volunteer,
Yes, sir.
self-appointed, pro bono, Negro defense attorney for white folk.
Very much for the white man.
He called in and said, I eyes don't, Walmart didn't kill nobody. Target didn't do nothing to nobody. Well, why we got boycott them? I said, brother, unfortunately, what we forget is that white supremacy is a system.
Come on.
Right.
See, a system is made of many interdependent parts.
Right.
You know what interdependent means?
Right.
Independent means that they operate on their own and they have their own isolated power.
Right.
But interdependent means they operate on their own, but they borrow and give power to other entities. Kind of like the soul and the body,
Right.
the mind and the flesh. Did you know that you are not a body with a mind in it?
Right.
Come on. You really are a mind with a body wrapped around it. The soul and the flesh are not independent. They are interdependent.
Right.
Come on. So whenever you got somebody moving around with their head down, always sad, always depressed, always pessimistic. You know, pessimistic means negative.
Right.
You say, man, she don't have no spirit.
Right.
She dead.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Then when we go to awake,
Right. Go ahead. Wait.
we say that we are here to view the remains. But the whole person's there. But there's something missing. It is the spirit that once was in that body. What are we saying? We're saying that a person moving around with no joy, no happiness, no optimism, no energy, no fight, no drive, no focus, no spirit. They are alive but dead at the same time. And then we're saying when we see the whole body intact, if if it can't move, if it can't act, if it can't think, that it is the remains, meaning the leftovers from once was whole. What are we telling ourselves? Is that the mind and the body, the soul and the flesh are interdependent. They need each other in order to operate.
That's right.
You can't think good thoughts and eat bad foods and keep your good thoughts. Did you hear me?
Okay, all right.
So when you look at the economy of America, that is the bloodline, that is the heart of America.
Right.
That is the distribution of power center. That is the entity that pumps life fluid to white supremacy.
Right.
So if you can cut off a vein, cut off the artery, shut down the heart from operating, then the minute that the heart has been shut down, then the system of white supremacy has to die, because it has no blood, it has no life fluid, it has no fuel, it has no power. So when we say boycott, we say hit them where it hurts. And if you will be honest, we keeping it real, white folks don't respect nothing but blood and money anyway. Am I telling the truth?
Yes, sir. That's right.
You seen at the University of Missouri, they was out there for weeks with signs. White folks said, whatever. Our brother Jonathan Butler, he struck out on a hunger spasm. They're going to let that brother die. But all of a sudden, about 25 football players say, you know what, I tell you what, until that cracker is gone, we're not going to practice or play. In 36 hours, he was gone, his mama was gone, his wife was gone, his dog was gone, his cousin was quit immediately. Why? Because they knew they were going to lose millions of dollars. Well, if 25 football players times economic withdrawal equals the resignation of a racist president, then what would happen if 25 million black people multiplied by economic withdrawal? That would end the death of white supremacy once and for all. So we did the right thing, brothers and sisters. We did the right thing. I don't know about y'all, but I was anxious to get to D.C.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
As Paul said, because we should have wanted to present our bodies as a living sacrifice.
That's right.
Reasonable unto God.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
We showed up to D.C. to tell the people in power, look, white people, we love our children like you love yours.
Right.
We showed up and we confessed to the whole world and to ourselves, Black Lives Matters.
Right.
And just a remedial reading lesson.
Come on.
We didn't say, it doesn't say hashtag only Black Lives Matter.
You didn't say that.
If we had said only Black Lives Matter, then you could charge us with saying others' lives don't.
Right.
So there's no need for you, Mr. White Man, to jump in with your little all lives matter stuff. It's obvious that you believe white life matters because there are no white teenagers that are harassed or gunned down by police officers. You ain't never heard of black police going to a white neighborhood, stalking white teenagers, pulling them over, beating them up, planting drugs and guns, or killing them in the white community. It ain't never happened. You've never read about a white Sandra Bland. There are no white Walter Scotts. There are no white Trayvon Martins or Mike Browns or Freddie Graves. You ain't never turned on the TV and seen a 300-pound black man on the neck of a little white girl.
Come on.
But in McKinney, Texas. Huh? In McKinney, Texas, a little 13-year-old sister had a big white boy on the back of her neck.
Come on.
That was bad. Sharif. But what was worse, that's why the 10,000 Fearless headquarters is so important. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of these camera cowards. It's bad that the cracker's on her neck.
And you recording.
But what's worse is that every time, whether it's the highway patrol on the sister in California, whether it's them doing what they did to Freddie Gray,
Come on.
I always hear some deep-voiced black man.
Right. That's right.
Leave her alone. Get over her. This is some BS.
Talk, brother.
Somebody do something. Hell, you are that somebody. If you're a real man. See, a real man maintains. A real man protects. A real man provides. A real man understands that the most valuable asset to the black nation is the black woman and black girls and black babies, and does everything to make sure that that's stopped and regulated whenever it's been offended. See, a real black man wouldn't be there taping. A real black man would have seen that cracker on that little sister's back and flipped the camera around. And said, look, this is a message to my wife, to my mama, to my babies. I want you to know your husband love you, your daddy love you, your son love you. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let this cracker do what he's doing. And you get in, take his goddamn gun and blow his brains out. If you're a real man. All praise be to God. And when they die, when we die, we will not die no more. But until you as a black man have the same fight, drive, focus to kill your enemy like you kill your brother, then we ain't never going to be all the way together. But the minute that you began to be one of the 10,000 fearless,
Right.
not just men, but 10,000 fearless women too. No, we need you to be sisters and soldiers, women and warriors, ladies and liberators, females and fighters. We need 10,000 fearless men and 10,000 fearless women. All praise is due to Allah. Somebody said, Brother Sharif, they said, well, 10,000 fearless is all y'all need. We should be to get that from this one city. I said, yeah, you should be, but you can't do it. Do you know why? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said in his illuminating monumental book called Message to the Black Man on page 29, paragraph 3.
Come on now.
As the messenger is assessing the problems of black people, do you know he looked at the Illuminati, the Bilderbergers, the Trilateral Commission,
Come on now.
Committee of 300, the 8 royal families, whatever the hell we got these new names for. You notice down in Elijah Muhammad didn't use none of that.
Right.
He didn't talk about the 1%er, the wicked oligarchy, the 8 royal families, the Committee of 300s, the Boule. No, he said the white man is the devil. Ain't no sense in trying to categorize crackers. Put them all in the same bunch. Because the only difference between the non-violent, non-oppressive, racist white man and the violent, oppressive, racist white man is that the non-violent, non-oppressive, and non-racist haven't got no power yet. But as soon as he gets him a desk, a little money in his pocket, and the ability to give commands, you'll see his true colors. Yeah, them horns start coming out. All the time. How you think Donald Trump is winning? Trump's rise is an indictment on white people.
Right.
Because for him to be leading by as many points as he's leading, those points represent hundreds of thousands of people.
Right.
That means that there's millions of Donald Trumps walking around that you don't even know. You got some Donald Trumps with doctor smocks on. Oh yeah, that's how them immunization shots got like they are. You got some Donald Trumps with blue police uniforms on.
Right.
Yes, you do. You got some Donald Trumps as the managers of banking institutions.
Black robes.
And yes, even if you come downstairs late at night, sisters, 3 o'clock in the morning, and ask your husband, who are you talking to?
Right.
It's Jake. It's Jake from State Farm. And you might say to him at 3 o'clock in the morning, let me see that. Hey, hi, Jake. Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Khakis. She sounds hideous. Yeah, even Jake at State Farm is a cracker too. There's Donald Trumps everywhere. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad assessed our condition, he said on page 29, paragraph 3, that fear is the #1 enemy that is blocking progress and success from coming to the so-called Negroes of America. Do you know that it was bad whenever justice or else went out that we were scared?
That's real.
But what was worse is that the most fearful of all of our people was Negro preachers.
That's right.
Serious. And it wasn't just the regular preachers, it was the bishops. Excuse me. Bishops. Bishops. It was accidentally on purpose. Accidentally.
Come on.
I ain't gonna tell you where I learned that phrase from. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Oh Lord, mercy. I guess while we on that point, make sure you're not eating no chitlins either. Down here in the South, y'all stay away from them. Stay away from them KYs. Okay, I quit. Fear is the #1 enemy.
That's right.
That's right.
And the most fearful among us was the Negro preachers. I said, that's an oxymoron. Because don't preachers, aren't they called men and women of faith?
Right.
You know what oxymoron is, right?
Yes, sir.
It's when you have two opposite extremes attached to the same object.
Right.
It don't go together.
Right.
It's like saying that this is a healthy fat baby.
Right.
Oxymoron.
Right.
It's like going to Subway and ordering a ham sandwich on wheat bread. That's an oxymoron. A freed slave. You one or the other.
Come on.
It's like getting raw milk and pouring it on Captain Crunch. That's an oxymoron. So to say that you are a man or woman of faith and you are afraid at the same time is an oxymoron.
Right.
Did not we learn in basic science that two things cannot occupy the same space at the what? So if you are full of faith, where is there any room for fear?
Come on.
Did you know that fear was an acronym?
Yeah.
You know what an acronym is, right? An acronym is whenever every letter in a word represents another word.
Right.
Yeah, like CIA.
Right.
CIA is an acronym.
Right.
It stands for the Cocaine Import Agency. FBI, finding a black man to incarcerate.
Go ahead.
Even job is an acronym.
Right.
Just over broke. Okay, y'all act like I ain't telling the truth. Okay, all these jobs we got, knowing that at the end of the month, we always have more month at the end of our paycheck. Very rarely do we have more paycheck at the, come on now. I said job means just over. Even luck is an acronym. There's no such thing as luck.
That's right.
Good or bad.
Right.
You say, but you don't know, brother, I got this rabbit foot. My grandmama's mama's grandmama's mama gave me this.
Right.
Good luck. Common sense should have told us that if you got one, and the rabbit you got the one from used to have four.
Right.
And he couldn't have been too lucky if you got one of his. That the rabbit foot, this is superstition. Superstition. You done broke a mirror, you're going to have 7 years of bad luck. Now you going to walk back around that pole. Now luck is an acronym. Luck means to labor under correct knowledge. And when you work hard under correct knowledge, you will become a lucky woman or a lucky man. Make sense? This is the truth.
That's right.
Sister, if you allow yourself to be reduced
Come on.
to just being a man's side piece,
Come on.
you're known as the other woman.
Right.
Other is an acronym.
Right. Go ahead.
Overused toy, he'll eventually release. Hold on.
Come on. It's real.
I thought that would have went over a little better.
Say that one more time,
Let me tell you something, black woman, you worth it.
Come on. Right.
You worth having them. As a matter of fact, you have been the most loyal woman to the black man that any woman of any other race of people has ever been. You deserve a black man that will labor for you, that will love you, that will listen to you, and that will be loyal to you and you alone. You deserve that, black woman. So sisters, come on off that clearance rack. Come on off the clearance back rack. Get back behind the glass where all the valuable stuff is at. Did you hear me?
That's right.
And look, if all he wants from you is breasts, legs, and thighs, send his ass to KFC. Send him to KFC. They got plenty of breast, legs, and thighs over there waiting on him. Barbecue, fried. Okay, I quit.
Come on with this.
Go ahead. Keith.
KFC.
Fear is an acronym. Like NAACP is an acronym. Negroes always asking Caucasians permission. That's what it has been now.
That's right.
Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's why there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So when we said we needed 10,000 fearless
Come on now.
men and 10,000 fearless women, we need peacekeepers.
That's right. Right.
That will come into our communities.
That's right.
No, we just can't come to check the Ku Klux Klan,
Right.
aka the police department.
Right.
We're not just there to stop blue on black.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, in a 3-year cycle, 2,000 to 3,000 black lives are taken by police officers or correctional officers. But in that same 3-year cycle, 25,000 black men are killed by other black men.
That's right.
So we can't come to the hood and say Black Lives Matter and send that to the White House and forget about the Trump House.
Come on.
We can't go to war with white supremacy and not also wage war on negativity.
Right. Come on.
I know they ain't a dictionary. It's not a dictionary, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Negativity is a special type of negative only black people know how to do to one another. We got to go to war on 2 fronts.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And if we can come into our communities and regulate the affairs of the neighborhood and make sure that God is in the bluff, not in sign, but in reality.
Right.
Come on.
How will God be in the bluff? Because every time you look at a black man or a black woman, you're looking at God. But in order for that black man or woman to be an image that God resonates in your mind when you see them, somebody got to come and pour God in the head.
Right.
And that's our role, to come and teach the knowledge of God.
Right.
To our people, that whenever they walk and they operate, see, it's hard to sell dope to another God. It's hard to gun down another God.
That's right.
It's hard to disrespect another God.
Right.
As a man, whenever you look at a black woman, you should treat any black woman the same way you want another man to treat your mother,
Right.
your daughter,
Right.
or your sister.
That's right.
And if in your mind you say that you want this kind of man to be with your daughter, then be that kind of man to somebody else's daughter.
That's right.
And if we operated in the community, looking at each other as fellow gods, and looking at our women as our daughters and our mothers, and treating them the way we want another man to treat our mother or our daughter, then it wouldn't be called the hood no more.
That's right. Come on.
You know why we call it the hood? Because we took neighbor out of it.
Come on.
And you know how neighbor got out of it? Because manhood came out. Fatherhood left.
Right.
Sisterhood left.
Right.
Motherhood left. But if we can go in the hood,
Come on now.
and put mother back in the hood,
Right.
sister back in the hood, man and father back in the hood, then the hood will be the neighborhood once again like it used to be.
That's right.
All praise it to Jesus.
That's right.
After the 10,000 fearless, the minister gave us an instruction. He said we have to go back and take over the educational systems in the ghettos of America.
Come on now.
Right.
Didn't he say that?
Yes, sir.
Why shouldn't we take it over? At the end of the day, our property tax is what pays for gas, lights, water, repairs, and salaries in that school. Is that the truth?
Yes, sir.
So if my money takes care of everything in that school, I am the owner and the boss.
Right.
So a teacher works for me.
Right.
The principal works for me.
Right.
That is my school.
Right.
Did you know that black and white children start school the same way?
Right.
Y'all didn't hear me.
Come on now.
Talk on it, bro.
The sisters know it's the truth. If you've ever dropped off your babies for the first day of school, especially when they were real young, sisters, when you dropped your son or daughter off, did not they hold on to your leg? Cry?
Right.
Mommy, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They crying. But if you look over, you see the white child doing their mother the same way.
Right.
Huh? Some brothers, is it the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you seen the black and the white child, they both started school the same way. Whenever your baby walked away from you, just like the little white boy or girl, they both walked away with their head down, didn't they?
Right.
Real timid. Didn't they? But if you notice, as the two black and white began to matriculate through 12 years of the Georgia public food system,
Come on now.
school system,
Yeah. We got the point. We got the point.
Notice you start seeing, you see that as the two are going through school, they're both learning about George Washington, a white man. Thomas Jefferson, Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Thales, Hypothagorus. All they learned about is white people that did great things. So you seen the little white child come up out of school, no longer head down, moving slow, timid, but with their back straight, chest out, walking out of school ready to be a conqueror of the known world. But the little black child learned about white people. He left the school, his head was still down. And not only was his head down now, but his pants was down too. And he didn't have no mind to be a conqueror. He was a conquered man. Did you know that in order for you to make someone an object that you believe you can be like, the first thing you have to have is something in common with it?
Come on now. Come on.
So if white people are not us, and we are not them, learning about white people doesn't have the same effect as it does for white children.
That's right.
Even Betty Crocker got enough sense to know that. Did you know if Betty Crocker wants to develop a recipe for a red velvet cake, she makes it different for New Orleans than she does for Denver, Colorado? Why? Because Denver, Colorado is the mile-high city, it's the highest point in the land, and New Orleans is the lowest point.
Come on,
you have the same goal, but you have to have a different recipe. So it is with the black and the white child.
Come on now.
There has to be a different recipe. And the real reason why we hurt one another is because we don't have a knowledge of ourselves.
That's right.
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, if you want to stop black on black rape, black on black murder, black on black drug dealing, the formula is simple. It just ain't easy. All you have to do is give black people a thorough knowledge of themselves.
That's right.
He said, when you know yourself, you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you start doing for yourself. And since when you start doing for yourself, your brother, base word of brother is other. Your brother is your other self. That if I know me, love me, and I'm doing right by me, my other me is going to get treated the same way. They know that. Okay, I got 9 people that agree.
Come on.
See, Brother Rockman only got 9 people that agree with me.
Come on.
Okay, let's bring some more evidence.
Come on.
Let me see. Oh, I got one. See, we don't think the knowledge of self is that powerful, but let me show you something.
Come on now. Come on now.
Do you know that they did something in Harlem, New York, that has been labeled the Obama effect? A group of high school students, black children, took a test before he became president. 80% of them flunked. Gave the same students the test after he won. 80% of them passed with flying colors. Now, I don't know about y'all. I have a confession to make. When Obama was running for office, I was excited. I'm not talking about the first term now. Second term, I was like, Negro, please. Just personally now, that's what I was. But y'all, when he was running, was black people excited? I mean, I was excited because we are used to seeing black men outjump white men. Black men outrun white men. Black men outdance white men. Black men outplay white men. But I was looking at a black man outthink them crackers. I like that. So I was getting text messages. It was almost like the Underground Railroad via text message. I had one message that said, they said it'd be a cold day in hell before a black man become president in America. It was 28 degrees during the inauguration. Y'all get into these? I had another one that said, they say that before a black man become president, pigs were flying. Here come the swine flu. and McCain into an acronym. Obama, obviously blacks are moving America. McCain, maybe crackers can accept it now. Text message. And then my last text message that I got, my cousin, he sent me, said they say that over to the fat lady singing Aretha Franklin did the national anthem. Obama effect. But guess what? Did you know that these students that flunked, they didn't give them no additional tutoring? Gave them no new knowledge? The only thing that changed is Obama became president. 80% flunked before he was elected. 80% passed with flying colors afterward. What is that telling us? That it never was about the students not having the knowledge. It was that they lacked the confidence. But if they could learn about one black man in recent history, and it gives them that much confidence, what would happen if our little black babies in the public school would not learn about George Washington, a rapist, Thomas Jefferson, a slave master, but they would learn about King Tut, Queen Nzinga, Shaka Zulu, Denmark Beast, Gabriel Prosser, Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad. How do you think they'd walk out? They'd walk out like a conqueror, prepared to challenge the known world. All praise are due to Allah. Brothers and sisters, in closing, the last thing that the minister said after he gave us all of these 6 points: number 1, boycott; number 2, we need 10,000 fearless men and women; number 3, take over education; number 4, join a local organizing committee and develop the 9 ministries; number 5, change your name from one of these white people names to one of your original Islamic or an African name.
Right.
That's what he said.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
That's what he said. Go ahead.
Change your name.
Right. Go ahead now. That's right.
Number 6, register to vote, but don't register as a Democrat or a Republican. Be independent.
Right.
And hold your vote to somebody talking about justice. He said that if we did those 6 things and we adopted this 7th principle, that he said the Jews have adopted and has made them successful.
Come on now.
He said there's a specific verse of the Bible that the Jews have taken personal and it has made them successful.
Come on now.
Said we must do the same thing. He said it's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6. In the book of Proverbs, written by Solomon, chapter 6, verse 6, it says, study the end, thou Negro.
Right.
Learn what? No, this is not the King James Version. This is the LeBron James translation. But it stands true. No, it says, study the end, thou sluggard.
Right. Right.
Learn of her ways and be one. But Negroes are sluggard now. We slow now. Come on, act like we are. Stay the end, thou sluggard. Learn of her ways and become wise.
That's right.
So the minister is telling us that we can achieve everything we are fighting for if we operate as a people with the mindset of an ant. Do you know that ants, no ant knows the job of another ant?
Right. That's right.
You didn't hear me.
Come on now.
In fact, ants don't even know what the big picture that they're working for even looks like.
Right. Right.
All they know is what they're supposed to be doing
Right.
and when they're supposed to get it done.
Right.
And because the ants don't know what other ants are supposed to be doing or when their deadline is, there's no envy and jealousy among ants. I wonder what would happen if black people
Come on now.
operated like that. Ain't no ant sitting around talking about, well, when he gonna show up? Well, why come you let her done? No, all the ant knows is what they're supposed to be doing and when they're supposed to get it done. And then the other side, because they don't know what the total picture looks like, they don't get discouraged by the slowness of progress.
Right.
You ain't hearing me.
Right.
See, whenever you know that our job is to deliver, the 46 million or more dead to the Lamb of God.
Come on now.
And then after we square the planet, we got to cube the globe and establish the kingdom of God right here on earth.
Come on now.
With the amount of lying and stealing and smoking and drinking and pornography and madness, it looks like we're fighting a losing battle. But what if we didn't focus on the bigger picture? What if we kept our eyes 100% on our specific purpose, our function, and our deadline? That's how the ants are successful. Did you know that ants don't feel personal pain? And by not feeling your ants don't feel no personal pain. You ain't never stepped on an ant and came outside and all his cousins was walking around sad with RIP t-shirts on. That was my God. What am I going to do now? And the ants keep it moving. Is that right? One ant died, they keep on working. Is that the truth?
Yes, sir.
Might pull the body on over here and get the mound back right. All ants think about is the good of the whole. Do you know the most honorable Elijah Mama said we will all be one or nothing? So unity is not an option.
Right.
Unity is a matter of life or death. Either we will unite or, where's my t-shirt at? Perish. Or unite or die. Where's my t-shirt at? Somebody got a t-shirt around here. Yes, sir. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Guess what else an ant does? See, because ants don't feel any personal pain, all they think about is the good of the colony. Have you ever kicked over an ant mound before?
Yes, sir.
Accidentally? Accidentally on purpose. When you kick the mound over, you go in the house. You don't. When you come out the house an hour later, the ants ain't in front with no picket signs. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Ungawa. We want ant power. Now you look over a few inches over, the ants are moving faster than they were before you ever kicked their mound, and they've already rebuilt. What if black people thought like that? Did you know that an ant, whenever they find a piece of bread, this is how you know they ain't no Negro ants. And just a public service announcement. Footnote. You got black ants. You got brown ants. You got red ants. And you got white ants. The black ants get along with the brown ants. The brown ants get along with the red ants. The red ants get along with the black ants. But don't none of them get along with the white ant. Did you know what the white ant is? The white ant is a termite. See, termites are always behind the wall. In secret hidden locations. Eating away and eroding at everything that supports the structure. That's how white folks have been operating with us. Don't none of them get along with the white ants. But whenever the ant find a piece of bread, this is how you know there's no Negro ants. Okay, y'all, okay. Tell me if I'm not doing an accurate reenactment. I'm a Negro ant. If a Negro ant is moving around and they find a piece of bread,
What happened?
First thing a Negro ain't going to know, did anybody see that I found what I found? Come on now. That's a Negro ant.
No one said.
And if the Negro ant found it and looked back and didn't nobody see it, he going to tuck it.
Yeah. What bread?
Yeah, what bread? But the ants, they are completely selfish, selfless. They have no selfishness in them.
Right.
So what an ant does when they find a piece of bread, they eat a little bit, but then they'll fill their mouths with bread, and they'll leave a crumb trail back.
Yeah.
All the way to the colony.
Come on.
From the location they found the bread, that the other ants in the colony will know the exact route that they have to take to get to what that ant has found. I wonder what would happen if the architects that found the bread in the black community, I wonder what would happen if the doctors and the real estate moguls and the businessmen and women, I wonder what would happen if all of our successful black people will build a crumb trail back to the black community, that the new younger ants will know the exact route they had to travel to be as successful. I wonder what would happen. Oh, praise is due to Allah.
That's right.
And another thing about that ant in Charleston, South Carolina, when it flooded, a photographer got a picture of a colony of ants.
Right. That's right.
The colony of ants were drowning, but the colony of ants into the thousands.
Right. That's right.
They sacrificed their lives, drowning themselves that they could stack on top of each other to build a high ground that their queen could be saved. I wonder what would happen if the men ants in the black community will be willing to fight, willing to die, willing to kill, willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that the black woman is elevated, respected, and protected as the queen of our colony. I wonder what would happen. Oh, praise be to Allah. Did you know that ants have so much faith? They don't operate, I got to get mine, you got to get yours.
Come on.
They don't operate, you do me and I do me and you do you.
Come on.
They don't operate that I'm going to get mine right now. The hell with the future. Ants have so much faith or future focus that if they have a goal to build a mound right here, and there's no way to get there but a body of water is in between, that what they will do, the older ants will come and lay down their lives in the water, sacrificing their own life to build a body bridge that the younger ants could be able to walk on their back and build the goal of the objective of the colony. What if the elders in our community operated like that? Oh, praise be to Allah. And last but not least, have you ever walked outside and looked down and you seen a whole potato chip moving by itself?
Come on now.
Yes, sir.
And then your Negro ant Valence came out, you did what? Does anybody else see what I see?
Right.
And when you seen that chip moving all by itself, you know you ain't tripping, but you want to be sure you're not tripping. And when you kick over the big old chip, to your surprise, one little bitty ant carrying a whole Cool Ranch Dorito all by himself. Do you know why the ant can do that? See, an ant can pick an object up 50 times its weight and 50 times its size and carry it for an unlimited amount of time.
Wow.
Because the brain of the ant does not register impossible. Study the ant now, Slugger. What if we could get in the black man's mind that in Christ all things are possible? What if we could install in the black man and woman's mind that Allah destroyed impossibility when He created Himself? What if we could install in our baby's mind that there's nothing more powerful than a made-up